Thank you for clicking on this video, and welcome to TheSpencerDisclosure, a podcast attempting to clarify the mud that is existence. In this video, we will be covering John Titor and his quest for the 5100. So, set back, relax, grab a drink and your favorite snacks, and get ready for one fascinating ride.
In the early days of the internet, before social media, before algorithms controlled what you saw, there were forums. Raw, unfiltered, anonymous, and in those spaces something strange appeared. A user with a claim that shouldn't have been taken seriously, but was. His name was John Titor, and he said he was from the year 2036. It began in 2000 on message boards. At first small comments, replies, hints, then full post detailed explanations. He claimed to be an American soldier, sent back in time on a mission. Objective? Retrieve an old IBM computer, the IBM 5100. Not for nostalgia, but because it had a unique capability to debug the legacy systems in the future. A very specific detail. Too specific, some argued, to be random. Then came the part that grabbed everyone. He described his time machine, not vaguely, not like science fiction, but with diagrams, schematics, technical language, and according to him, it used micro-singularities, dual rotating black holes, a gravitational distortion field. Enough detail to feel convincing, but just beyond what anyone could verify. And that's where the story lived, right on the edge between the possible and impossible. But Titor wasn't just there to explain time travel. He made predictions. A coming civil conflict in the United States, fragmentation, unrest, followed by a global war, nuclear exchange, and a massive loss of life. Timeline, early to mid-2000s into the 2010s. Now here's the thing. Those exact events didn't happen. Not the way he described, at least. But pieces of it, political division, rising tension, global instability, enough to make people look back and ask, did he get it wrong or was he just off by a few variables? Titor had an answer for that. He claimed that time travel doesn't move you along a single fixed timeline. It creates divergence. Every trip branches reality. So when he came back to our time, it wasn't his past, it was a version of it. Close, but not identical. Which means his predictions weren't guarantees, they were probabilities. Warnings from a timeline that might not fully exist anymore. And then, just like that, he was gone. In 2001, John Titor stopped posting. No farewell, no conclusion, just silence. The account went inactive, however the messages remained. And the internet did what it always does. It archived, analyzed, and debated those answers. Some called it an elaborate hoax, others said it was too detailed, too consistent, and too strange. Let's be fair. There are strong arguments against Titor. The predictions didn't fully materialize. No verifiable evidence of time travel, possible explanations involving creative writing, roleplay, and even a small group constructing the narrative. And that's actually kind of important, because skepticism matters. And here's the thing. Even if it was a hoax, it was a remarkably effective one, because it tapped into something deeper. Titor's story sticks around. Not because it's proven, but because it's plausible enough, because it aligns with real theories, quantum mechanics, multiple timelines, the idea that reality isn't as fixed as we think it is, and because, on some level, people want it to be true. Not the war, not the destruction, but the possibility that time isn't a prison, that it can be navigated, changed, or at least observed. So here's the question I'll leave you with. If someone from the future came back and tried to warn us, would we listen? Or would we do exactly what we did with John Titor? Debate, dismiss, and turn it into a story? Because maybe the safest way to handle something like that, not by proving it true, but by making sure it never fully is. If you like this video, please hit the like button, it really helps, as well as subscribe to the channel to see more videos just like this and stay up to date on all episodes of the Spencer Disclosure. Also, please leave a comment telling us what you think of John Titor, whether you think it was real, whether you think it was a hoax, or exactly what you think about it. This has been the Spencer Disclosure. You have a wonderful night, and as always, keep those eyes open.
Thank